We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news. There's been reports all over the area of something crazy going on, something big. People's homes, their minds even, are being taken over by something called, what is it they're calling it? They're calling it Bad Movie Debate.
What up, nerds? It's me, Jacob Babb, for Bad Movie Debate, here to do a kind of relevant episode of a debate. We got the Odyssey coming out very soon, and my boy Chris over here, say what up.
What up?
Perfect. Was like, we should talk about Troy with Brad Pitt.
Great movie.
We'll see. We'll get there. Because the Odyssey is coming out, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you're more of a classic, especially Greek mythology guy than I am. The Odyssey is like a sequel to the Iliad.
So the Odyssey takes place after the Iliad,
right? Because it's Odysseus who's there during the Iliad, because Sean Bean was playing him. In Troy.
The way the Iliad ends is the Greeks go home, the Trojans leave. Yeah, or Trojans escape or flee from Troy.
Flee. Yeah,
right. They exodus. Check out the Aeneid. That also comes after this. So you have the Iliad, and that goes into the Odyssey. The Odyssey is the story of how Odysseus gets home. Notice he's the only one who lives. Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes him...
That's a key point.
And it takes him 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, well, we might go into this, but they say 10 years is the length of time for the Odyssey.
Okay.
And then they say, 10 years is the length of time for the Iliad, and then 10 more years for the Odyssey.
So his whole journey is 20 years. So he's gone from home for 20 years.
So they say.
Right.
So they say, but it's like...
Time.
I have a feeling they went... how I'm trying to tell a story. It's 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. Okay, everybody, 10 years.
Fair. I think that's valid. But yeah, so we're going to talk about Troy with Brad Pitt and a bunch of other people who I did not remember was in this movie until they showed up, and I was like, holy shit, there's that guy. Or that woman and stuff, which is super fun. But first, as always, for this genre, for our top 5, to get our pedigree and give ourselves some backing on, I can talk about this movie and make good points. We went with mythology, and not specifically Greek mythology movies, but any kind of mythology movies, mythologic movies based on mythology, just to kind of open the potential list of movies and stuff. Yeah. So what do you got? Top 5.
Well, first off, did we define mythology?
Sure.
Mythology versus like folklore, because like why isn't Rumpelstiltskin, why isn't Shrek in this? And the answer is because mythology is an explanation of a culture as to how something is in the current state of affairs. So how the earth came to be, how why the sky is blue, why there's clouds, things like that.
One of my favorite Greek mythology, can't tell you the details of the names except for Hades, but the one why winter is a thing. It's because he takes a woman, her mom gets sad, and then it's really cold for a really long time, but then they make a deal where the daughter has to come back during winter, and then mom's sad, and that's why it's winter and stuff. Like exactly. I remember that. Like that one's cool. That's a good one.
Mythology explains why something is.
Yeah.
So first one I wanted to start off with just being fully transparent. This is a category of movies of movies where there is not a lot of good stuff. There's actually a lot of bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, like I don't have this one on mine, but like Jason and the Argonauts from back in the day. It was a pivotal movie for the time because of how it was made and stuff. Even for the time, it was just an okay movie. Right. You know what I mean? But it's a fun watch.
Yeah. So I actually put on for my list, number 5.
Okay.
I put Helen of Troy, and that's the 1956 edition.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it, but when I was scrolling, I recognized it. Yeah.
This is one of those ones where it's like, you know what? It's almost 50 years before this movie comes out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies in between, like the 81 Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Not as impressive.
Yeah.
Not as impressive.
I've seen that one. That one's tough.
It's a lot of like claymation and miniatures, and that's cool. But they did that 30 years after what they did in the 1951 show, 1951 Helen of Troy. Yeah, it's just like, hey, they went hard for what little they had, and they made a movie that still holds up today. Yeah, exactly. So I'll leave it with that. And the mythology tie-in obviously is it's the story of the Iliad.
It's Helen. Yeah,
it's the same story we're about to discuss. All right, next one coming at number 4, The Mummy. Which one? All of them.
On my list. Spoiler.
All of them.
Well, that was the exact one that I was like, I'm gonna open it up to other mythologies because I can't not talk about
the whole Mummy series. It's like it has to be in here because it's like it's fun for everyone.
Yeah, it's so good.
Right, it's fun for everyone, ages, all ages, young, old. But then it also does borrow a lot from Egyptian mythology. And that is not my area of expertise.
No,
but it's pretty.
I used to know it a little bit, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
but it is fascinating and it's really cool, and that movie rocks. And they're making another one.
Yeah,
with the original cast, and I'll see it. I don't give a shit.
Right, not bad.
I'm anti reboot, but I mean, I'm gonna see that one.
I mean, if you're doing mythology movies, they're all reboots, right?
Yeah,
right?
Obviously,
and that's also part of why there's so many questionable ones.
Yeah,
because there's an expectation that's there and it's not fulfilled because you already read the story and knew how it goes before you sat down in the seat.
True.
Right. So number 3, based on mythology. Oh brother, where art thou?
My man.
Yep. It's a great movie.
My man. It's
perhaps
fantastic.
The best movie on this list. Not the best based on mythology, but it's basically the story of the Odyssey retold in Mississippi.
They read a graphic novel version of the Odyssey and made the movie. Yeah. So point for point, it's like
all the characters.
You've got the Cyclops, you've got the Sirens, you got everything.
Yeah, and the reason that I like it so much too is it's like, it kind of does like a modern rationalization of the supernatural. Yeah. Right. You wouldn't have a Cyclops in real life. Where did that come from? We think the Cyclops, or one of the things that we think the Cyclops comes from, or cyclopods,
something like
the plural of Cyclops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we think they came from elephant skulls.
Yeah,
they have a giant hole in the gap. Pretty cool. So it's a real world realization of the Odyssey, and it's like, oh, okay, the one-eyed guy, the lady singing, it's all tracks.
Yeah.
And
it's perfect. I love that movie so
George
much.
Clooney, way more intelligent than everyone else around him.
Oh, he's so good in that movie. That's probably one of his best roles, if not his best.
Yeah, I was gonna say if not his best.
Role. God, I love that movie so much. Yeah, but then you tie in the southern mythology of the devil chasing them, the warden chasing him with black eyes and stuff. Like
it goes and goes and goes and goes. Yeah. So definitely,
it's perfect.
On board. All right, coming in at number 2. And this one, some people debate whether it's mythology or historical documentary. 300.
Okay. I knew 300 was going to be on your list. I just fucking knew it.
300 is like, might be on Chris's top 5 favorite movies.
Which is fair.
Because it's awesome.
It is awesome. It's a very fun watch and stuff. And it's just like going back and rewatching it. It's so stylized, which I mean, I get why, and stuff. But it's like frustrating.
This is important to bring up because is it like, why does it belong in the mythology list? 300 is an actual historical event that we know happened.
Yes, we know about that. Yes.
However, it's a little bit weak as far as documentaries go. Again, a little bit as far as historical accuracy. I'm not sure about when rhinoceroses were ridden into battle.
Yeah.
But why it becomes part of mythology is it's part of the shared oral retelling tradition of here's a story and I'm going to speak it into history, right? And that's going to be a great tie into what we get into in with the Iliad. But what people don't realize about 300 is you're not watching what happened in Thermopylae. You're watching the illustration of the story that is being told. Yeah,
because it starts with a guy telling what happened. And stuff. Yeah, which makes it mythology. Is it
also Sean Bean?
I think he's in there. It's impossible for him not to be in there.
We'll have to check this out.
Because it's Gerard Butler, obviously.
Right.
But I mean, he's
Sean Bean shows up and plays the same character in at least 3 other.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. I can't remember.
Series,
that's why Star Wars is mythology too. Because my headcanon that I see, for one, Lucas specifically said, this is a mythology that I'm creating and writing, and I'm basing the storytelling and rhyming stuff in all the different movies and the different eras and sequels and prequels and stuff. They rhyme to the original because it's mythology, and mythology rhymes a lot, and there's a lot of this person's short, so that bad guy's tall, and stuff and stuff like that. But my headcanon that I've seen that's never been confirmed is what we're seeing is R2-D2 is retelling the story hundreds of years later.
Whoa!
Because he's always he always saves them in a just-in-time moment consistently through every single one of the movies. And it's of course he's going to gas himself up. You know what I mean? I love that. the veracity of that, I don't know. But the fact that it's mythology, and Lucas has said it is mythology that I'm trying to do here.
When the AI gets so smart that it talks about itself.
Yeah, that it's like this. It's like, and then because the first time he comes up in the story is he fixes something on a ship. He's the only one who survives getting hit while he's out there fixing the ship, and then he goes back in, and like linearly, like that's the first time. Story. Exactly. But continue.
All right. Now, I do want to take a special honorable mention, and that is the Kevin Sorbo Hercules. What is the Incredible Journey? It's a 6-season series. Mm-hmm. The reason I bring it up is this is what actually got me into Greek mythology as a kid. Mm-hmm. Right, early 90s, like you're seeing all this cool action, all these jack dudes. Like that's part of why I started working out, is because I want to be like Hercules and
of course,
like that and World's Strongest Man in the early 90s was, dare I say, peak male performance.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you, honestly.
But great series. Like if this is your jam and you want more of it, like keep going. That really gets into mythology and like opens up all sorts of facets of it. And that brings me to, ladies and gentlemen, number 1. We all know it's coming.
I knew it was coming.
The Disney Hercules. Holy fuck.
The Disney Hercules.
It is
amazing.
So good.
It's so good.
On so many levels.
It's so fucking good.
So many levels.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. But just on mythology alone, that script goes, I mean, sentence by sentence, it's like the butt of a joke is something relevant to Greek mythology.
Yeah.
They get a lot of stuff not correct about mythology, but they were able to piece together a story that's family friendly.
Yeah.
And I mean, captivate audiences. I mean,
Greek mythology is
dark. Tattoo.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
I was about to say, I was like, you got a tattoo. Like, yeah,
I think it's sweet. Fucking, we'll put it in the thumbnail.
It's I can go the distance. If it's hard to read with Hercules' medal. Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
I love it.
It's fucking awesome. I mean, that movie's incredible, and arguably some of the best music.
I don't think it's arguable. It is some of the best music.
Yeah, because
unless you're saying movie scores versus music.
No, I'm talking about music. Because I'm talking like Elton John doing The Lion King.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking.
I don't know that
Phil Collins doing
I don't know
Tarzan.
If there was any ringers that they brought in.
I don't think they brought some.
But there are tapes of the girls recording as the Gospels.
Oh my god, dude, they're so good,
so good.
Well, that's why
they're
love them
into
too.
it.
Yeah, they're super into it and stuff. That's why it's some of my favorite. Because I mean, like, the Tarzan one will always have a special place in my heart. Lion King will always have a special place in my heart. But it's like, yeah, it's Elton John and Phil Collins. Like, of course, it's going to be
they're all
fucking bangers. But like, this one's like just like people who they hired.
They're studio musicians.
They're studio musicians.
As far as I know,
fucking killed it. I don't think there's any big name numbers like and stuff in that one.
There's
incredible.
Not that much music.
Yeah, but when it happens,
all of it is gas. Mm-hmm. All of it. I
fucking love that movie.
It's one of the cleanest Disney movies.
It really is, which is crazy that it's one of the best and the fact that it's so family friendly and stuff, because Greek mythology is
not always family friendly.
Zeus was doing all kinds of
Zeus
stuff.
does what most men do when they get lots of power.
Yeah, let's
all
say
the women in the empire.
Yeah, let's say that. And sometimes he's a swan. Remember that one?
If I could do it, I would.
It very much seems like a why not? It's like a detail that's not relevant to the story, and then it's like and this time he was a swan. Like, all right, man, like whatever. Yeah. Like, it's so funny, but
clear, hands down, number 1.
Yeah, which is fair.
Not historically accurate. Great movie overall.
It doesn't need to be historically accurate. That's fine. So for me, we got some crossover.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and cross those off, because I don't ever do them I did have Oh Brother Where Art Thou was my number 1 because that's probably thank you, Dad, thank you, Charlie, probably the movie that made me love movies.
Okay.
Growing up,
the thing that I would debate about it not being, or for it to not be on the list, is that it's not so much based on the mythology,
right,
as much as it is off of the poem.
Yeah, exactly, which is fine by me. But it's just like, if we're talking Greek mythology, I'm bringing up.
Or I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't use the mythology portions as much as it uses story material.
It uses the story elements more than like the mythological elements and stuff. But like you bring in the guy,
he doesn't turn into a goose or anything.
No, he doesn't do any fuck shit like that. But they do turn Pete into a horned toad, or at least they think. for a little bit.
So that actually goes back to my point though earlier of it being, it's neat to see like, hey, how can we make this like the Odyssey is a believable story?
Yeah.
Here's all the mythology that happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you exaggerate the one-eyed guy on a train, it's a Cyclops. You exaggerate him turning into a horny toad. Like,
see, that's funny because that's not what happens, but the fact that they believe that someone got turned into an animal. Yeah, you get like it's perfect. It's perfect, and it hits all those beats while still being set in the real world and stuff. And the music and stuff, amazing. And just like the general vibe of like the South and stuff, like and stuff, just like. Just it's so good. And then you get the why can't I think of his name? The musician, the guitarist.
You're not gonna get
Robert Johnson.
There we go.
Robert Johnson. I was like why can't I think of his name? You get more of that Southern mythology mix in there too, and they blend it so perfectly and everything with like the devil and then Robert Johnson and stuff like. And you get all that great music. So that's my number one as it's related. I said Hercules 2. As well, because obviously, how could you not? And I said The Mummy. Pick one, sure. Right. Like, doesn't matter. They're all amazing.
I'd have to say it's a tie between all of them.
Yeah,
right. Like
they're all so good. They're all so fun. They're all so perfect.
Consistently good though throughout the series too. It's not like one is the best, 2 is the second best, 3 is best.
Yeah, Scorpion King. Stop. I know people with Scorpion King are like whatever, but it's still a fun ride. Like whatever, like it's fine. And then also
just through an airplane.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to lock in, Scorpion King is perfect for an airplane. And also just in the first one, especially everyone in those movies, especially the first one, every single person in that movie is just so fucking hot. They're just all so attractive. Doesn't matter who you are. Every single person that's on screen, you're like, wow, that person's really attractive. Holy shit. But it doesn't take away from the movie.
Excellent casting.
Excellent casting. And then, so my two outliers are different from you. So The Green Knight, A24's Green Knight with Dev Patel.
That came out in like 21?
Yeah, give or take. Something like that. Good. Very recent. Phenomenal. Dev Patel is a phenomenal fucking actor. It's the Green Knight, Sir Gawain, the Green Knight. Yeah. So it's Arthurian mythology.
So that's what I was going to say is like, does the Arthur stuff come into mythology? I debated on that because I wanted to bring up Robin Hood Men in Tights.
See, Robin Hood Men in Tights is also a good one. But
that movie's awesome, but it's folklore.
See, Robin Hood I would say is more folklore.
There's no divine explanation.
But like, because like it's people always refer to the Arthurian mythology as the Arthur legend and stuff. So it's like this weird quasi in the middle kind of thing from like what I know about it and stuff. But it's also no one knows if King Arthur was real. So it is also like mythological in that sense and stuff, because it's like we don't know for sure that any of these people, they're just like, oh, on the island of Avalon, like he's there and stuff. Haven't been he was here and stuff. That's the lake where he found the sword. No way to prove it. We haven't so it is like myth and legend and
I was
stuff.
Going to bring up in that same light was Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
See, and I saw that one on a couple lists, and I was like, that movie does slap.
That movie does really slap. And the musical, what's the musical? I think it's just Spamalot. That's what
Spamalot. Yeah,
Spamalot's fantastic.
It's also fantastic. Yeah. I've not been lucky enough to see Spamalot, but I've heard it's like if you like Monty Python, if you like Holy Grail, you're gonna.
If your community theater is putting it on, go watch it.
Yeah, I will. I hope I'm pretty sure they've done it here a few times.
It's a popular one that gets done because it's fun.
It's just an easy, fun one to do.
Yeah.
And then so this one's a little bit more wooey woo, and is like, it's not really based on it, but the title and the pivotal crux of like why the magic starts happening, and it's Guillermo del Toro, Pan's Labyrinth, because that's the Greek god Pan that she comes across and stuff, and it brings her into a mythological world to escape the war in Spain.
But isn't that like a Shakespeare adaptation or something?
So I think it's because Midsummer Night's Dream is where Pan, Puck, Pan, like all
titties
and stuff, and stuff like that. Yeah. But it is the Greek god Pan, like by definition, that's who that fawn is supposed to be and stuff. And also, that movie's just so fucking good and stuff. And it relates. It helps her. She escapes into a mythological world to escape the horrors of what's happening and stuff like in this world. And I think it does a really good job with that when was the last time you saw that movie? Nick and I were talking about this the other day.
I don't know that I've seen it.
Oh,
like I can see the images in my head of like the cast and like
and you can see like the Guillermo del Toro-esque like fawn creature that is creepy. The god. Yeah. You Nick and I were talking about it the other day. We're all gonna rewatch it and stuff because we'd both seen it in like high school or like a little bit before high school and stuff, and we're like, yeah, whatever, it's okay, like and stuff, and then saw it both independently, like watched it again recently, and we're like, holy shit, this is one of the best fucking like recently as in the past like 5 years, and we're like, oh my god, I was too young to really understand like how crazy this movie is. So you coming in like at this age, like like being like an over 30-year-old person who's lived life and stuff, you'll be like, holy shit.
I love when you watch a movie that you liked as a kid 10 years ago. Yeah. 20 years ago for me, I guess, at this point.
No, I mean, 20 years. 20 years.
Getting there. Yeah. Anyway, like you watch it as a kid, you're like, man, I remember that movie being good. Yeah, and you go watch it as an adult. Some age well and some do not.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, holy shit, I'm even deeper in love with this movie. And then sometimes you're like, oh God,
I'm sorry I made my parents sit through that.
I should never ever make anybody watch this movie. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really good mythology movies out there, is what it sounded like. Or
there's probably more bad ones.
There's a lot of ones worth watching, and like a sprinkle of really good ones. Because again, we had three. We said three of the same movies.
I can't believe you didn't mention 300. Is that because you had it in historical documentaries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Right up there with Pocahontas, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Just the music from Pocahontas.
Fantastic music. If we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Whole other podcast.
Whole other episode.
Let's get some quotes.
All right, let's get to these scores. So Rotten Tomatoes, 53 from the critics, which I think is
wrong.
I think it sounds about right. I think it sounds about right personally. But the popcorn meter, which is the audience score, nowadays they changed it recently. 74, which I think totally tracks.
Yeah,
I think 53 to 74 in that way completely tracks for this movie after watching it again for the first time in God knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, stuff. Like I know I said it's a great movie at the beginning of the podcast. 300 is a little bit better, right?
Yeah,
and we can talk about
a little more historically accurate.
Yeah,
for sure.
We could talk about too, like what it compares to, and because I think that's also important is like when it came out. And like side by side, how does it compare to other movies?
Because this was 2004, I believe. Like, so early aughts.
So like to remember, 2001, you get the Fellowship of the Rings. So it's like when you go back through and you watch this and you go, okay, well, this is what we saw in 2004, 2005, I think is Troy.
Yeah, 2004 or 5. One of those two.
It's after the Fellowship of the Rings. So like that's the standard.
God, that's crazy.
Right? And it's like, once you compare it to that, it's like, okay.
It's really crazy thinking that Sean Bean was in Fellowship and then did this movie.
Well, I mean, he died. Sorry, if you haven't seen The Lord of the Rings,
if you don't know, if you've never seen a movie with Sean Bean in it, or a TV show with Sean Bean in it,
right,
he's gonna die.
One season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, God, the best season of Game of Thrones. Oh,
honestly,
I know.
Honestly, we've talked about this.
I had a long discussion with somebody today about Game of Thrones and how it fell out. A coworker, she was like, "Chill," and I was like, "No, I'm so mad about it." But again, that's different.
Whole other podcast.
Okay, so then IMDb. So traditionally, IMDb, almost every single movie I've done, no matter how beloved, or like, yeah, we all know this is ass. It's because this is users. Usually critics don't go out of their way to put it on IMDb and stuff. Like Rotten Tomatoes gets their scores because they're just pulling it all from like the official publication, like wherever, newspaper or journal or whatever and stuff. It's usually always between 6 and 7.
6 and 7 out of 10.
Yeah. 7.3, almost exactly percentage-wise to the popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes, which is, I've never seen such a close popcorn meter to IMDb.
Got it wrong.
I mean, the critics apparently. I don't know. I've never seen that.
Experts.
Like the so-called experts. Whenever it jumps past 7 or goes below 6, I'm always like, whoa, that's weird. But the fact that it's basically 7.4 to 7.3. Like
spot on.
Yeah, that's I've never seen that. And then Letterboxd 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, so Letterboxd
still right there.
You know Letterboxd? You know what Letterboxd is? It's the new hip way to track your movies and your scores and stuff like that. Well, I used to do Metacritic. You remember Metacritic?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So Letterboxd.
I remember MySpace. I remember Facebook.
I remember those things. Thank you very much.
I never had a MySpace. I wasn't cool enough.
I had a MySpace. I wasn't cool enough, but I still had one.
Still have one.
It was bad. I'll tell you that. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5 on that one. Which I thought it would have been more like 2.5.
Math's out to 7, which is awfully close to 7.3, 7.4.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's fucking
sounds
weird
like
to
3
me.
out of 4 for these critics.
The audiences ate this shit up.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
I mean, I guess.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I watched it last night, and it's a long fucking movie, I'll tell you that.
It is long.
Even with watching like the first like 30, 45 minutes the other night, I was like, God damn, I still have so much more to go when I finished it up last night. Okay, so now let's get into the good quote, bad quote from critics, the experts.
The so-called
experts, as you said. Okay, so the good quote. This is from David Denny for The New Yorker, which I kind of was like, wow, The New Yorker liked it. Because they're pretty highfalutin and stuff.
Yeah,
and they were like, this is a good movie. And I was like, okay. So David Denny says, quote, harsh, serious, and both exhilarating and tragic. The right tonal combination for Homer, end quote. He said this guy said they fucking nailed it.
Yeah,
like totally.
That's actually incredibly high praise for for anyone to say they nailed it about a piece of literature. Like, people are critical about the Lord of the Rings. People are critical about Jurassic Park. People are critical about all sorts of books. I haven't read the Harry Potters. I'm not going to do that. But apparently people complain about them.
It's fine.
They belong on Good Movie Debate. Am I right?
We don't need to give her any more money.
But moving on.
We don't give her
high
any more money.
High praise for a classic.
Yeah. That's insane. That I was genuinely like, I was like, wow, holy shit.
I think he just saw the scene. He might have just watched the scenes where Brad Pitt takes his armor off. Maybe. It could have been that. I mean, that's
which again, another inspiration.
5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Okay, and then the back quote. Thought this one was fun. Jonathan Romney for The Independent UK. And
the New Yorker was high and tight, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Two highfalutin, highfalutin pieces of news. So this, he says, quote, wooden horse, wooden acting, wouldn't bother if I were you, end quote.
Okay, first off, that's wouldn't.
Yeah.
English majors, they're all about that.
Oh yeah, the Independent from UK, he wouldn't go wouldn't like yeah. No, this guy, I like
this guy wrong.
I like the alliteration and I thought it was funny, but also it's like my favorite bad quotes are the ones where it's like, wow, you had a really bad day. And you're just like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you. Like,
clearly somebody peed in this guy's Cheerios.
Something happened. Yes, something happened to that man this day. And he was like, oh, fucking bullshit fucking movie. Like, I
get it. It must be miserable being a movie critic and having to go watch a 3-hour awesome movie.
Yeah, heaven forbid you get to. I don't give a shit if every movie if I was a paid movie critic, if every single movie I got paid to go see was ass, I wouldn't give a shit, dude.
Right, it's still better than swinging a hammer and nails all day.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this guy brought his outside life into work that day. Like, he had some shit going on. Like, he had some things aren't great at home. Like, he got in a car crash on the way to the movie.
Eating his Cheerios.
All that kind of stuff. And he was like, yeah, so fuck this movie. Those are my favorite. Okay, so now it's time for the open discussion portion of the show. And I'm gonna throw you for a loop, as I like to do when I remember to do it. I forget to do it sometimes. So you're pro I'm con. It's kind of the stance we've decided.
Yeah.
What's something you really don't like about this movie? Something you think they missed the mark, or you're like, this could have been better, something like that. Because I got some stuff that I think that I do genuinely think is pretty good, you know.
So I think we're going to come back to this because this is actually important.
Okay.
I can't get you the exact numbers. I'm not going to make up numbers off the top of my head. But by a significant order in money spent, number 1 or number 3 was 300. Spent the least amount of money. Number 2 in order this list I'm about to make.
Wait, no. What the list is?
The list
how
is
much
who
money
spent the most money on a movie.
On making a movie.
On making a movie in this
budget
style,
budget for the movie for this kind of movie.
Yes. Okay.
Gotcha.
So the lowest one is 300.
Which is shocking.
Which is shocking, but it has to do with how they filmed it. It's all like in a warehouse and there's no actual sets.
That's true.
Right. Number 2.
Still shocking.
The Fellowship of the Rings was less money to film than number 1, Troy.
Yeah.
They actually had a ton of money to put into this. And I think ultimately, like, it's going to come down to is for as much money as they put into the movie, they didn't get out as much as the Fellowship did. They didn't get out as much as 300 did. So that's where this critique comes from. But here's the one thing that's like, man, I really, really wish with all the money they spent, they had actual metal armor instead of pleather. Watch every piece of armor and it goes on like a 1920s football helmet.
It's
made
so
out of
fucking
plastic.
Funny. Yeah, the one with Hector, Eric Bana specifically, that because you sent
me
I
sent him to it before the show.
I was like, holy shit, I forgot about that. And then I noticed when
all of them.
When Paris is fighting Agamemnon's brother, I can't ever remember his name.
Menelaus.
Yes, Menelaus. When they're fighting for Helen and like, okay, we won't go to war. While Paris is like kind of getting ready and talking to Hector, it cuts over to him and he's like hyping himself up and like doing like this, and he hits his armor and it goes floop.
Yeah.
And it like flops and stuff. And it's like that's supposed to be pure fucking metal.
It's supposed to be cast bronze.
Exactly. It's
like
supposed
one
to be
solid piece.
It's supposed to be one solid piece of metal, and it just goes beep, like literally like my hair like flips up like that while he's wailing his arms around.
And I'm saying is
so funny.
For the amount of money they spent, if they told me it's because they made all the awesome armor, because the armor is better in Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, like, the armor's insane. In the Lord of the
better
Rings.
It's not more historically accurate because it's entirely fantasy.
Well, yeah, but it's still like, it's like I genuinely believe that they're wearing. Well, and also it's like leather.
It's more intricate.
It's more intricate. It's like, and it's leather. Like the most art. Like, and then anybody who is wearing metal and stuff, like it doesn't bend in shape, even if it isn't real. They put it probably isn't. Yeah, their art department went way hard.
They cooked.
Yeah, they absolutely cooked on those and stuff. And I would say with 300 too, because the shields are really intense. And like, I know that they're not making like actual metal fucking shields and stuff, and like there's a little CGI in there and stuff, but like it works.
Yeah, it looks great
and it looks good.
And it doesn't. And it comes out in like 10 years later, almost. Not 10 years, 2008.
Yeah, I mean, but still, they spent more time making sure that metal things that were supposed to be pure metal.
Looking at the quality between the three of them,
right.
If you hadn't had those numbers presented to you, you would assume that 300 is most expensive.
Yeah,
followed by Lord of the Rings, followed by
Troy was the cheapest.
No, Troy was the most expensive, but you would expect it to be the cheapest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
cool.
So that's your issue is for how much money they spent. They should have
get some actual armor,
paid, fucking detail.
Can we get some solid armor?
Yeah, and because these are quick shots, but the one with what's his name? Agamemnon's
brother, Menelaus. Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong either way.
Yeah, you know who we're talking about.
Got to tell you, I've been to Greece. Hardest language to comprehend in the sense of like I thought I was pronouncing this right, and
you got corrected,
and I got corrected, and I still couldn't do it,
and still couldn't get it.
I feel pretty good about my ability to like learn a sound and repeat it.
Yeah,
I got roasted by.
Well, as a musician, yeah.
I got roasted by this Greek woman on Santorini.
Just got absolutely obliterated.
Assyrtiko. I can't say the other kind of wine. Assyrtiko. That's a white wine from Santorini.
It's hilarious. But yeah,
roast.
Like the one with him is a quick shot, and it's like okay, could be easily missed. But the one with Hector is in a very serious moment in the movie.
Given the named characters,
yes,
metal, right? I understand. Like, they did spend a ton of money on extras and making these scenes as big as possible.
Yeah.
So I understand giving the 400, 500 extras you have plastic armor, but like,
yeah, that's fine.
Probably could have given it to Achilles.
Yeah,
probably could have given it to
Hector. If they have a real name.
If they have a real name character, or at least a fight scene.
Or a fight scene that's close up.
Yeah.
Because like when Hector kills Ajax, he's barely wearing any armor and stuff because Ajax is just huge.
He also stabs him right through the stomach, I think.
He does twice.
Which is
he's stabbed him multiple times because he's so big and strong.
So many people through the armor.
No, he wasn't wearing any armor on his chest and stuff. He just had chest out and stuff because he's like fucking 7 foot tall and massive. Yeah. So, and they wanted to show that off because Ajax and stuff, you know, if you know your mythology.
If we know your mythology, Ajax kills himself. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get killed by Hector.
Oh yeah, no, it's not right. But if they're like, oh, as a big guy, we got to show off his big brawniness.
And he's just like thick, like NFL big. He's not like,
exactly.
He doesn't look as much of a specimen as the Goliath in the first scene.
Yeah, dude, that dude's insane.
That dude's some professional wrestler.
That dude's insane.
I looked it up. 6'11".
Yeah, that's insane, dude. That dude was scary as fuck.
And stacked.
It was a great opening scene to introduce how good Achilles is and stuff at killing people.
Yes.
Because I'm gone. I'm not there. Like it's over. They won. But yeah, I do understand that point, especially because again, the one with Hector is a very pivotal, important moment in a story that's over 2,000 years old, and we get and he takes it off instead of going like that. Like that's insane. So I feel you on that.
Is there something you liked?
Yes, the thing that I like about this movie is where all that money went instead, which was the cast. I was pleasantly surprised. I forgot, and I've seen so much more stuff and like have connections with like a lot more actors and actresses and stuff. Where I was like, I can't remember. Like I forgot Orlando Bloom was in this movie.
Yeah,
it was like holy shit.
Was in the middle. It had to be in the middle of the Lord of the Rings because this came out in 2000.
This was 4,
right? So he must have just wrapped up with. Which is wild because he's so much better in The Lord of the Rings.
He's so much better. Well, it's a better script, to be honest.
All right, before we keep making any comparisons to The Lord of the Rings and 300, or excuse me, Lord of the Rings and Troy, I just want to say two points. Number one, timelines.
Right.
They're not equivocable.
Of course.
So Troy takes place in a few days in the movie, but the actual story takes over the course of 10 years.
Yeah.
The Fellowship of the Rings... Or the whole series of Lord of the Rings, actually.
Whole Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Once Frodo leaves the Shire, I think it's like 15 years or something before he leaves the Shire. Mm-hmm. But once he leaves the Shire, the story takes 6 months.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
So you're trying to... They did in 3 movies, 3 4-hour movies.
Yeah.
They did 6 months, whereas they did 10 years in 1 3-hour movie.
Yeah, which is fair.
Well, I'm saying it's not a fair comparison to keep saying like...
No, sure.
Right? There's a lot.
No, I get that.
Number 2,
but
there's also 3 giant books that are written down versus some story that a drunk guy told me in a 12 or in like a 900 BC inn.
Yeah, right. And somebody wrote it down. Somebody decided to write it down at some point. Yeah.
So there's just not as much material to draw from.
No, for sure, and I understand that. In terms of scripts and stuff, but again, when you're adapting stuff, like, there's a little bit like in that regard.
I guess what I'm saying is like I'm pretty sure Tolkien came up with some of the text.
Oh, for sure,
right? And then like Peter Jackson kind of like helps it along.
Yeah.
Whereas Troy, they're like, we're just fishing for dialogue.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure this out.
Like this is action focused, not trying to keep up with the book.
Yeah, which is fair. Yeah. So Bloom's in it. Diane Kruger as Helen. I was like, oh my god, National Treasure. I was like, oh my god, one of my first huge crushes and stuff. I was like, holy shit. That was like good casting. She's gorgeous. That's awesome. And then you got Sean Bean in there. Forgot him.
Boromir, Ned Stark. Yeah, same guy.
Exactly. The guy who plays, I can't remember the actor's name, Agamemnon. But like the actor, he's in one of my favorite low-key horror movies, more modern, like low-key horror movies and stuff. And I was like, holy shit. He's also in a bunch of other stuff, but that's where I really loved him. And then you got the guy who plays Agamemnon's brother. I can't.
Menelaus Lewis.
That is I'm so sorry that I can't remember his name, but he's in a lot of really good. He's in Bruges and stuff with Colin Firth and stuff. He also plays, and I'm sorry to pull this, but he's Mad Eye Moody in the Harry Potter movies and stuff. But like, point is, he's a phenomenal actor and stuff. Eric Bana, like, I mean, I knew he was in it, obviously, and then obviously Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is also peak Brad Pitt.
This is Brad Pitt.
So I think this movie got Brad Pitt in his contract year. Like in the NFL, you play for 4 years, you're underpaid as a top performing rookie, and then you go sign that big multi-million-dollar deal.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what Brad Pitt did for
I think
Troy.
this and Fight Club.
Well, wasn't Fight Club before it?
It was, but that's what I'm saying. This and Fight Club, they were like, oh, he got some range, and so now he can be like, I won't touch a script unless you're gonna promise me I'm gonna get at least this much, but and stuff. And it was like a significant.
His character was much more developed though in Fight Club.
Of course.
So what I'm saying is he got paid in Troy for the work he did in Fight Club.
Yeah, exactly.
And just being the hottest man in the early 2000s.
And they're like, well, he has a bunch of short, spiky hair, and he's kind of a fuck in Fight Club.
Put a leather helmet on him.
Now let's rip him up a little bit.
Yep.
Give him some long blonde hair and have him be sensitive but tough and stuff, and see how the ladies like that. And
I will say his physique is much better in Troy than it is in Fight Club.
Oh, he's like skinny strong in Fight Club.
Yeah, he is like he really looks like he kind of reminds me of like David Beckham, like a soccer player.
Yeah. He's like he's got some pecs, he's got some abs and stuff. His arms are a little lacking.
He's got decent arms.
Like they're decent, but like not in Fight Club. Like that's what like. Well, like he's like they're decent, but in Troy, he's much more.
He looks like in Fight Club, like he's been doing P90X, on repeat, right? Like what you thought you were gonna get out of P90X is Brad Pitt,
exactly.
In Fight Club, but then he like threw in a couple scoops of protein powder and lifted some daggone weights. And
exactly. He started lifting and hitting his protein goal.
He looks really good.
Yeah, he looks
really good without. I don't think he's on any drugs or anything like that.
This role, probably not. I wouldn't think so.
I would call him out if he did, but I think he's natural in this movie, and I think that's actually awesome.
Yeah, no, he looks fantastic in this movie. And then the last one, like, holy shit. I'm gonna double check it, but I believe the woman he falls in love with, Priestess,
Rose something.
Rose Prine. That is Rose Prine, right? Okay, I wanted to double check because I was like, what the fuck? I was like, is that Rose fucking Prine right there? That's basically the nun for Apollo. And stuff. I was like, is that fucking Rose Prine? I was like, I fucking love Rose Prine. She's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, and so I was just blown away. And like, so again, it's the kind of the like, well, they had rubber helmets because they paid all, again, like at the time, like this was early for Rose Prine and stuff, and like a lot of stuff, but like, but again, you got two people who are in Lord of the Rings in there. That's crazy.
And
Brad Pitt,
a bunch of these characters,
who's like killing it at this time.
A bunch of these guys are now in Lord of the Rings, like Priam's hand, I'll call him. There's some like redheadish dude. He is in Game of Thrones. He's one of the. I want to say he's at the wall in season 1. He's one of the Night's Watch.
Yep, absolutely.
Can't think of Night's Watch. Either of his characters' names.
No, couldn't tell you.
But same dude.
But yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. They just the cast was fucking stacked.
But I think this movie demonstrated that like that Game of Thrones was right or Star Wars was right. Get the low quality, get the unknown actors, and to spend that cash elsewhere.
Exactly, spend that cash elsewhere because that's why I love. That's why I really like the sequels and stuff because like I'll be honest real quick and stuff. Like, who the fuck was Daisy Ridley? Who the fuck was John Boyega? And who the fuck was Oscar Isaac? Like and stuff. Like Oscar Isaac had done like Ex Machina and stuff and stuff. But like Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, I had never heard of them. And so Oscar Isaac, I was like,
the new Star Wars,
and the newer ones,
the ones we don't speak of.
No, the ones that I like to speak of because I think they're good. Because like
bad movie debate.
Because I'm like, holy shit. These actors are really good. the scripts had some stuff. So, you know, there were some issues there for sure. Like I can go back and forth.
Podcast.
Yeah, whole other episode and stuff. But like their acting was really fucking good. And then they went on to do a lot of other really good things and stuff. Yeah. Like Oscar Isaac's he's in fucking Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. Like
Kylo Ren is in everything.
And Adam fucking Driver, dude. Yeah. And everything he's in is fucking incredible, including his SNL shit. Like he's fucking hilarious. He does comedy well. He does comedy so well. Rah. Yeah, Marine. Yeah, exactly. You know, like that's what I'm saying. He said, "All right, well, I'm gonna go be an actor now," and he gets some fucking Star Wars. Like, I love that shit. Like I love that shit. But yeah, for this one, they were definitely like, let's just throw money at faces that people know, let's throw money at the cast and that'll sell. And you know, and then we'll get some real people to do the backdrop people and stuff.
Oh, they did they did lives like on-site shoots.
Yeah, no, everything is very practical. I think there was only a couple of moments, which I couldn't tell you what they were right now, that were like, oh, that's some visual effects magic, like helping push stuff, like all the ships and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's visual effect. Like, of course, they're not gonna make fucking 200 fucking Greek ships and stuff.
They made enough though that I'm impressed.
But they had enough, like when they did the close-ups, when Achilles was like, where they're like, oh, that one with the black flag, like the black sail and stuff, and then you cut to Achilles being like, yeah, fuck those guys, we're gonna go and stuff. Like they made enough, you know. Like they did a really good job with location and visual effects and stuff, and I think the casting was great. But to kind of swing it back into I'm on the negative and stuff. Again, you already kind of touched on it. The amount of dialogue that they had to work with and stuff, and the dialogue they had to like make those dramatic scenes and stuff. It's like, you're a really good actor. I do not like the words that are coming out of your mouth because they're not really working for me. Right?
And that is why they'll never remember your name.
And then Achilles,
I think that's awesome.
And then, just Achilles, like the whole time being like, I want people to remember my name. I want people to remember my name and stuff. Like the whole time, I was like, all right, like I get it.
That's.
Then he's like, I want to be a legend.
But that's what this is about.
I know, but it also felt like he was kind of like self-aware that he was in a story.
He's
like,
the only one.
He's the only one, but it was like, but he's like, he's the, when you Google Troy the movie 2004, he's the poster. He's the one on the poster.
He doesn't break down the fourth wall. He's like living in the third person.
Exactly. He's like, I know that I'm in a story and I want to fucking be in a story and I want people to say my name for fucking millennia.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it's like, it's like the first couple times, sure. But now you got Rose Prime you're trying to take care of and stuff. Don't fucking talk to her about it.
We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this.
Don't fucking talk to her about it. No, don't come back to it. What?
Okay. So reasons why I think this movie is good, right? I think the big thing is, I mean, yes, it does take a piece of classical literature and expand upon it and put it on a screen. Like it does a great job. Like if you're a high school teacher who's done or doing some class on the Odyssey or some of the Iliad, and you cover it, you can certainly make like, hey, I'm the substitute teacher project because we're going to put on the Iliad. Yeah. Or we're going to put on Troy. And you're going to tell me the discrepancies between the Iliad. Like, that's your assignment while I'm gone. And, like, it's pretty darn close. Yeah. Like, it's got the 20 that gets you 80. Yeah. Right? But I think the bigger thing that really makes this a valuable piece or a valuable movie that has a valuable story and a valuable lesson, right? Like, what's some big picture thing that we can take away from this? Yeah. Right? It's about the pursuit of glory. Right. Every character in this story is driven to achieve glory in some way, right? Achilles is very much, he wants to achieve it through combat. He is perfection in the battlefield. He is known as this great warrior, and he wants to be remembered as that through history. He dies. Agamemnon wants to be known as, he wants to rule all over. He wants to create glory through conquering. And through leveraging the power or through leveraging the hands of others and abusing those underneath him to make it happen. Yeah, and be a huge douche. Right? Dies. Right?
In a way that's awesome.
Yeah.
Which, incorrect me, I'm sorry to interrupt you, is that how that goes down in the Iliad?
He returns home and his wife kills him.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Shouldn't have been gone for 10 years. But
yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you step out for 10 years. Like, shit's gonna happen.
Where were you?
Yeah,
Dead.
exactly. Like,
no, but he also sacrifices his daughter in order to get passage across the sea.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he sacrifices it to Neptune, god of sea, or Poseidon in Greek mythology. But
yeah, don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
we know
it gets a little bit twisted. But also notice main character, brother, where art thou? Ulysses, the Roman version of Odysseus.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So Agamemnon dies. Hector, he's choosing to pursue glory through duty.
Yeah.
And
duty for his country.
Yes, he is for the cause. And I actually find him very interesting because he actually represents the character who doesn't want to fight.
Yes.
He is very much, hey, I've been through this evil before.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this again. He's basically like the Iraq war veteran who's like, yeah, I've been on 4 deployments and I'm done with this. Yeah, I'm not trying to do this again.
I'm so sad. Yeah.
And then you have Paris who wants the spoils of glory.
Yeah.
He wants the spoils of glory, but he's not willing to achieve it himself.
No, God, no, the way he crawls back to Hector.
Yep.
And stuff. I'm like, come on, man.
Sneaks in and steals another man's girl.
Yeah, like, and then also, but then that night when Helen is like tending to his wounds and stuff, he's like, You think I'm a coward? And it's like, yeah, dude, because you are. Because you talk to a hype game and be like, it'll be a one-on-one, dude, and everything's gonna be fine. And then as soon as you start getting your ass kicked, you fucking ran. Like, of course she's gonna think you're. He's like, no, I love you still. And it's like, yeah, I'm like love, like.
Menelaus wants to achieve glory through revenge.
Through revenge in this moment, yeah. Specifically.
Also dies.
Who
lives? It's the one who thinks about things, the one who thinks them through. It's Odysseus.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one who looks at the world from a whole and says, hey, this might not be something I want to be a part of. Perhaps we can think of this a different way. And this is pretty interesting because in 1200, for those who are keeping track, 1200 BC or BCE is the estimated time that Troy fell. Yeah. This is an actual historical place, and we do know where Turkey.
We do know that Troy existed now, because that was like a controversy for a long time.
We know where Troy is.
Right, because it was full legend mythology for like a long time, but sometime in the past like decade or so, they were like, actually, this might be where this was. Right?
There's remnants of what is now known as Troy 7A, I think, is how they explain this. That's VII in Roman numerals.
Right.
So 7A, 7 Alpha, however they pronounce it.
Right.
And it's a site that caught on fire, had a lot of walls, fell apart in western coastal Turkey.
Definitely could have been a part.
Approximately 1200 BC. It's like
definitely could have got in the timeline of when we know this kind of shit was happening.
Yeah.
And stuff, and this story was starting to be spread. Yeah.
Kind of like a major point in human history. This is, the Iliad's taught in literature because it's one of the first stories that we know.
Yeah.
And before this, it's just, we assume cavemen killing each other with rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Odysseus introduces this idea of maybe there's another way.
Yeah.
So all these people are competing for glory, right? And ultimately they fall. And you do see kind of a character arc of Achilles recognize, it's nice to have a woman to love. And I can't believe when he finds out Patroclus dies, Priam makes it very clear to him, like, do you understand how many brothers and cousins you've killed?
Yeah.
And
that's a really good scene. That's probably my favorite scene is when Priam comes and like talks to him and is like, hey bro, I need my son's body and stuff. And he's like, Achilles is all tough and stuff. And he's like, gets real with him. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Right.
He's like,
how many sons have you killed?
You're right. Yeah, so that's awesome.
The big overarching point of why I'm saying this is good is because you do see the movie is awesome. And it's appealing to audiences that like 300, that like all the action. Troy, right? Yeah. He gets tons of action. That's very appealing. But hey, there's a reminder in here that isn't going to work out for you.
Yeah.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I think it does that well, And I think the movie does that very well, and we see that in multiple characters and stuff because Paris doesn't want to fight. He lives, presumably.
He dies in the Iliad. He lives in this because they're like, we're not gonna. guys, we're 2 hours and 36 minutes in. Just have him like ride off into the
just
sunset.
have him run away. Yeah,
he's fine.
Which is fair, but like at the same time, though, I think what I get hung up on and the why I'm like I didn't enjoy watching this movie is a couple things. One being it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's so fucking
awesome
long.
Action.
There's a lot of awesome action, yes. But for how much action there is, there's a lot of that really tough dialogue.
Yeah.
When Agamemnon is yelling at Achilles, and when Hector is talking to his wife, when Paris and Helen are
has
talking.
no significance other than like, well, I'm pretty. I'm gonna go over to Turkey.
Exactly, and so we're gonna spend like she's like, oh, I'm gonna run away.
They paid Diane Kruger, and she has no lines after she gets to Troy.
Well, the last thing she says that is at the very end, she's talking to Paris, and she's like, "Come with me," and stuff. But then, like 45 minutes before that, the last thing she says, the last thing we hear her say, is she talks to Hector when he catches her trying to like run away to be like, well, all this war is about to happen because of me. And they have that scene and stuff. But I think it's a good 30 to 45 minutes later until we're at the end of the movie. And then she talks to Paris again.
They could have made some tie-in that was like finding someone to love is so much more than pursuing honor and glory, right? They could have made some tie-in, like Paris announces that he's the king or like that he's the prince and he just wants to be with Helen.
But to do that right, that ties in 10, 15 more minutes.
Maybe they were just like, that's not in the story and we're just gonna send it.
I think this would have been better as a 3-part series.
It's 2 books, bro. They can't.
Oh, they absolutely can. House of the Dragon's on right now for their 3rd season. They're going to make 4 or 5 out of that one book, dude.
I was going to say, I think
like, come on,
like
now.
The Odyssey would probably make more sense as like an HBO miniseries, or like just like Game of Thrones is, in the sense of it's like, yeah, we got 8 episodes of Odyssey.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But Christopher Nolan don't do no TV, and whatever Christopher Nolan wants to do, I'm sat
Christopher
for.
Nolan do.
Yeah, I'm sat for it. I don't give a shit. At this, I'm bitching about how long this classic Greek mythology movie is. If I found out, and it's not, but if I found out like, oh yeah, this is Christopher Nolan's Odyssey director's cut is 4 hours long, I'd be like, yeah, I'm watching that.
I would.
I'm watching that in theaters. In theaters, I would watch that. Like, yeah, absolutely, I'm watching.
Given the opportunity, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, that's Christopher Nolan. Also, speaking of Game of Thrones, do you know who wrote this movie?
Oh, I was going to say, Christopher Nolan was actually, they wanted to direct it initially.
Oh, God.
And he was still tied up with something at the time. I can't
2004.
Can't think of what it was.
Beginning of Batman? Because
no, he
Batman
might have wanted to hop on this because Batman is coming
out.
Yeah,
Batman Begins is
There's
coming up.
Before. I can't remember what it was offhand.
I can't remember what he would have done then, because Memento would have been earlier.
I don't know. Put it down in the comment section.
Yeah, if you know, let us
if you know, please.
But yeah, you know who? Speaking of fucking Game of Thrones, you know who wrote this movie?
Who?
David Benioff.
Same guy.
One of the D&D that was the showrunners of Game of Thrones and stuff. And I was like, and again, it's one of those things. It's like, again, if it was a 3-part series. It probably would have killed. You probably couldn't have gotten all the actors to commit and stuff. But like, again, they could have done the Star Wars thing and gotten some like more no-name people who were like coming up in the industry and had like some pedigree to like do stuff. And I think you could have really, really, really done it well. Now, that being said, again, Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey, you got Robert Pattinson, you got Zendaya in there, you got Tom Holland, you got fucking Matt Damon in there. Like, I'm sad. Like I think he's gonna be able to do it all right.
Just want to acknowledge Matt Damon, puppet Team America.
Oh yeah,
got
amazing.
His face melted when they were making the puppets, and they just decided, you know what? We're just giving him his speech impediment. So that's why and Team America's always just for no other reason.
No other reason than they were like, fuck it. Yeah, exactly.
And I think Matt Damon is cool enough that he'd be like, okay, that's
funny. I think he loves it. I think he thinks it's awesome.
Right.
Again, I don't know, but like, I think he thinks it's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. Where I get really bogged down in the bad dialogue in those scenes and stuff. And
look,
it's also trying to, but watch it's a precursor to fucking Game of Thrones when they don't have the material to pull from, and David Benioff has to pull shit out of his ass.
I think he learned a lot from this.
I think he learned a lot. And then what happened in Game of Thrones? They got past the books. And it
ran out of material.
And the dialogue got real fucking bad, just like the overall plot and stuff. Like I didn't know until it like ended. It was like directed by, I think his name's like Wolfgang something, and I was like not sure who that is, but okay. And then it was written by David Benioff, and I was like, of course it was, of course it was, because these intimate dialogue scenes should have been different and should have been better, but we don't have the intimate dialogue scenes because it's a poem and there's not a lot of dialogue in the original text.
Authors.
Yeah, so it's like, and I'm like, it makes it all added up, you know. And I'm not. My whole point is that this guy wrote the movie, so I hate it because of what he did to Game of Thrones and stuff. But it made sense because I truly like hand of God, whatever, like. Did not know he wrote the movie until the credits were rolling.
Speaking of credits, Avatar, Braveheart, Land Before Times, Titanic, Enemy at the Gates. What do these all have in common with Troy?
I don't know. The first couple things you said was like James Cameron.
True. For Titanic,
and Avatar. Yeah.
I don't think he did Braveheart.
No.
They all have music by James Horner.
Oh.
So it's all the same composer. So the
music was, the score was fine.
I'm gonna give it a B+, A-. Keep in mind I'm a man with 2 degrees in music.
Yeah, like music.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
He was just talking with my wife Julia about this before about it. It's like,
who works for our local symphony.
Yeah. We're nerds. We're both music nerds, but it's a bunch of like Shostakovich, and like all of Land Before Times is Prokofiev.
Yeah.
Like it's great Russian composers.
No, it's fantastic music.
Copied. It's great.
No, the score never bothered me and stuff. And there are definitely movies that I've talked about on here where like, I don't know if we even get into them, where I'm like, the score is just really not fucking working for what's going on right now. The score I was all in for, like the battle scene scores and stuff. Like, 'cause the battle scenes were really good. Like all the battle scenes, the way they were shot, the way they were choreographed, whether it was an intimate one-on-one or it was the large-scale stuff, was all really well done, and I appreciated that.
It was, and it's ahead of its time, right? Like if you're talking about, like that's the other thing. It's like, look, at the end of the day, I think this movie's action is good. Yes. You can get by. Like John Wick proves that you can do stunts, minimal dialogue, and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
And Troy kind of tried to follow, or kind of ended up in that category, and they should have leaned harder into it probably.
Exactly. That's my thing. That's my thing. Is like with John Wick, there's very little dialogue, but it was written that way. Like it was written that way. They tried to introduce dialogue so you could have these love stories and stuff. They appealed to too big of an audience because they had too many producers. There are these Troy. Love scenes, like there are these romance scenes. The whole story happens because of love and stuff, and like because Paris takes Helen and stuff, the face that launched 1,000 ships and stuff. So like that's there,
like, and it's also like there's
we get Achilles and Prius or whatever Prius and stuff.
Rose, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Rose Prime. We get to them and stuff, and it's like I get what we're trying to do here because we're trying to like humanize this killing
something
machine
that needed more time to unfold in like a three-part
series, exactly, and stuff. Like, if they could have done 3.5 hours over 3 episodes, all over an hour long.
We could have gotten a lot more build up with Paris and Helen.
Yeah,
because it's just like he shows up in her room and it's like, you're not supposed to be here. That's not what you said yesterday. Wait, they already banged?
Yeah, that's not what you said last night. And,
and the night before that,
making out, and then the next day they're on the boat, and Hector's like, "Why the fuck is she here? Like, what the fuck is happening?"
It's such a major problem.
Yeah, exactly. This is a huge problem. We're like, let's say that happens, and we're 20 minutes into this movie.
Maybe
20 minutes into this movie.
Yeah,
exactly. So like
could have been expanded.
Exactly, and it's like, but also, I'm not going to sit there and watch a shot for shot the poem,
right?
Because It's just that's a like a visual novel video game where you're just like watching something happen, and there's no dialogue options because there's hardly any dialogue. It's like, but I'm not gonna sit there and watch that for an hour.
But the action in this film,
the action's really good.
I mean, like, for real, it's straight up there with Lord of the Rings.
It is. It's really good. It's really well done. All the archery stuff.
All the archery sucks.
No, it's good.
Straight ass. Bows don't move like that. And dear Lord, Orlando Bloom.
No, they don't.
Orlando Bloom, look at me. Learn to shoot a fucking bow. I know the arrows go exactly where you point them because you're Legolas in Lord of the Rings, but good Lord, he's like, I bow hunt. Like, I've killed things with bows before. Okay, this isn't just like the peanut gallery. He draws that bow back and then he goes like that's fair. Like pitches the arrow.
Okay, so I'm not talking about his archery. I'm talking about the wide
volume
scale.
Of arrows.
The wide scale when they do archery. They do the classic old school technique where it's like they go and then the next guys come up and ready to go and stuff, and then the way like it's shot and everything, like, and they come in and stuff. That's sick. That's well done.
Big overhead shots they do better than any other action film. Like, we don't see better medieval combat. Medieval, or let's say combat without gunpowder is really what we're talking about, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Melee combat. Like, we don't see armies like this until, I mean, House of the Dragon is probably the first. No, probably season 8 of Game of Thrones. Like,
Battle of the Bastards.
Or Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, like, I would say it's probably.
That's like where we start to get like.
Peak, like, holy shit, we're really getting into it. Yeah.
Even then, I kind of like the camera work better in Troy. Like,
I think
having gone back.
Some of
they do so many big shots.
They do a lot of big shots and stuff, but like, if we're going to compare the big fight scene or the big war scene in this movie to Battle of the Bastards, obviously it's shot differently because of different intent and stuff, you know, because like in that one, it's like, we've been with John. This is a huge fucking thing. Yeah. Like, it's the Battle of the Bastards and stuff, and like so we're getting a lot of close-ups of like him and fucking Ramsey like doing all this shit and like going crazy and stuff. And this is just a wide scale, like bird's eye view, like watching it.
But then when we get Achilles, and then when it goes big to small, then it's like a Batman movie, right? Like, just kicks everybody's ass.
Yeah, like, for sure. And then Hector kills Ajax and stuff, and like that's like literally if Batman took down fucking Bane, like and stuff. Because in the comics, Bane's like fucking 7 foot tall and stuff, and like way bigger and stuff, like that kind of thing and stuff. And they do a good job with it and stuff. But again, we know more about John because we've had all this history with him and stuff. So like, so they can hold those moments where it's like one-on-one and stuff, and you care more. And so, and again, that's the whole intent of like where we are in the story kind of thing.
The audience has had a lot more working up to the Battle of the Bastards.
Exactly. And I feel like,
I'm just talking from a cinematic, like, this is a hot take. The big action, like, combat scenes, I think they're better than Braveheart, which hurts me to say.
Whoa. Yeah. Are you good?
I'm going to have to go back and check, but like.
What are you sure you're drinking root beer right now?
I'm drinking bad movie debate.
There you go. Because that's like, that might be the craziest thing I've ever heard you say.
Like, man, like,
because Braveheart has some fucking
Braveheart's awesome.
Fucking
Braveheart's
battle
awesome.
scenes and stuff. Except for that guy in the background who's clearly wearing a modern day watch. Have you seen that?
Eggs. No.
There's I've seen that before. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I see it every once in a while where they're like, oh yeah, there's a guy wearing a watch like mine. Like, yeah.
But like, I'm saying, like, the film work, the angles that we see, like, I think the cinematography is arguably better. I would have to go back and watch a highlight reel because it's like, I don't think there's as many big battles actually in Braveheart as there are.
Oh, they're not to the scale. They're not to that scale.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like, it's cool. Like, you see good, like, there's good stuff happening in Braveheart. Like, there's good action in Lord of the Rings, but like, Troy is like Helm's Deep the entire movie.
Yeah. That's kind of the whole point, right?
And then you have the ships in. It's like, oh
yeah. No, I mean, that's fair. I'm not disagreeing with that by any means. I think the fight choreography, one-on-one, and the battle and like war choreography and like editing and pacing is really, really well done and stuff. Again, my problem is when you get bogged down in, it's a 2 hour and 45 minute long movie because half of the movie is that awesome fucking battle shit. And then instead of slimming down we have to have people care about these characters.
It almost would have been better served to just like, you know how at the beginning of the movie, it's like, here's a map of Greece. Here's a little bit of information about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
The text at the beginning.
It kind of would have been cool if just like once Helen got on the boat, they were like, cool, everybody head over to Troy. And all the Greeks summoned up their armies and they went all the way over to Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
if they had done it, if they had like leaned into that, because also that's another one of the big pet peeves with any movie and stuff is when they do a narration like at the very beginning of the movie and then there's no more narration.
They close with a narration.
Yeah, but like I don't think it's great to bookend.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I think it's great to be like,
to drip
like
in.
it's like drop it in at least one more time somewhere in it.
I actually really like the narration in this movie because, to my point earlier about how, hey, Odysseus is the only one who lives. He's the one who's telling the story. Yeah. Right? So in the beginning, he sets us up, and then at the end, he basically says something to the effect of, like, tell them that I lived in the time of Hector. Yeah. Tell them I lived in the time of Achilles. See, and he's inferring that he's like, glory's cool, and it's neat to be part of that, but it was much cooler being alive at the end,
which I respect. But here's my thing. Here's my thing with it. Like, is correct me if I'm wrong, but there's in 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's just the beginning and the end, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm saying sprinkle it in the 2. Do it the same way, because at the beginning it's text on the screen you got to read. Yeah,
you're right. And it's a monologue, I think, at the end.
And then it's a monologue as they're leaving, after Odysseus is leaving Troy, and like it's him speaking and stuff. Like, you gotta pick one, do it at least 3 times and stuff. Like if it's a monologue, or text. I
do think you're right about that.
Obviously, the only exception being Star Wars, because it's the iconic scroll at the beginning and stuff.
Yeah, that's not narration.
And then that's not narration, but like it's the same kind of thing. Like,
that's just like a preamble.
Yeah, exactly. That's a preamble and stuff. But the fact that you like don't do have Odysseus say that on screen. See Sean Bean say that to another character as they're leaving. If you want him to have that monologue, not be a voice of God narration as they're leaving and stuff. Have him say that to the guy standing next to him. And he's like, God, man, this war stuff kind of sucks. But like, say I lived during the time of Hector. Say that I lived, don't, like that. It bothers me and stuff. Not as much as, and you guys know out there, not as much as fucking anachronistic music. And stuff like with the Great Gatsby episode with Kara and stuff. Why the fuck is it 1920s New York and I'm hearing fucking Jay-Z and Lana Del Rey right now? Yeah. That's the worst thing you could ever do. But the narration, I think, is a close second, where it's like, if you're going to have somebody do a voiceover narration, or you're going to have text on the screen and stuff, that's like a part of telling the story and stuff, like either like with the text on the screen, do it at the beginning. Nothing after that. It's just the story, and the next text on the screen you see is the credits rolling. If you're gonna do these things and stuff, make them the same, because then it doesn't jar you out of it. Because like Sean Bean starts talking, and I'm like, "We're in a wide shot. What's happening?" like and stuff. It like jumps me out of it. But also, I think you could have cut down on time in this movie.
That's what I'm saying. I think they could have used the narration.
Yeah, exactly. They could have pushed the plot forward and be like, and Achilles and Agamemnon are mad at each other because of
and
this
the Greeks
thing
sat there for 10 years.
Exactly. You mean 12 days.
Right. Yeah.
Because of a funeral and stuff. Like, it's like,
it would have got exhausting.
But like, it's a long ass fucking movie, and all that shit, all that fucking bad dialogue and these scenes. Again, dialogue said by phenomenal actors who I love and appreciate and stuff. And I know, and I get that they had to be, they assumed that people have never read or heard of the Iliad.
I think they have to, because I mean,
they have to.
You're telling a story
so they can make more money by getting people more interested.
Well, not even that. It's just like, you have to do the story justice if you're going to tell it. Right. So it's like, you got to set it up, and it's like, not everyone, not everyone's a nerd and got all that.
Yeah.
Got all that down. I also just want to be clear, I studied the Iliad at 3 different points in my academic career. I think 7th grade, somewhere in high school, somewhere in college. I got a C in every class.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
About it.
Exactly. But like, it's obviously, it's 2026 and we're literally talking about this story that's 3,000 years old and stuff.
And we still remember his name.
Which is cool. And I get that and I respect that. But I just like, it just bothers me when it's like, let's spend most of our time doing all this awesome battle stuff, but then let's do the same amount of time doing these interpersonal relationship moments that we're just going to pull out of our ass. And we're going to, the first thing that we write down.
They either need to trim them up.
Yeah.
Or just dial them.
Or dial it down.
Or make a whole nother series.
Make a series and stuff. Yeah. Again. No idea what's going to happen with the Odyssey. It might be the exact fucking same.
You know what? I think we're going to get... So if we're making... I guess we've put this one to rest, yeah.
I think
we know where we stand.
Yeah. I think I definitely think this movie's worth watching.
Yeah.
And it's definitely worth watching before you go see the Odyssey.
Yes.
Like,
so you're someone who's sitting here...
that.
You're someone who's sitting here going, hey, I really want to see the Odyssey. You should watch this before.
You should watch this movie if you're not going to sit there and read the Iliad.
This is a really good one to watch on an airplane. That's exactly 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you fall asleep during like right in the middle where there's not a lot of action and stuff, you're not going to miss a goddamn thing.
Right.
And you'll be fine.
Right.
I'm going to say I'm going to concede and say this is a good movie because as long as it was and as frustrated I got, I did enjoy it more than I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
you win.
Boom.
But to
That's
that
what
point.
I'm talking about.
But to that point,
there's more action. I mean, like you're here for the action, right? It's like no one shows up at Buffalo Wild Wings for high quality food. They show up for beer and wings. Wings and football,
yeah.
Right?
If you order a burger at Buffalo Wild Wings, why the fuck are you
right?
there?
If you're disappointed about the steak you ordered at Buffalo Wild Wings, go home.
Yeah, don't be there.
Right? Like,
don't be there.
That's not what this is for. Go for the action.
If you're mad that they ran out of ranch or it's not spicy enough for you, that's fine.
Yeah, there's only 3 wing sauces. Amateurs.
Yeah.
Predictions for the Odyssey, since we're talking about it coming up. I think you're going to see a lot more realization of the supernatural.
Yes.
In this, and
that was one thing. That was one thing that I was like the gods and stuff
entirely removed.
They were not there at all. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like way more heavy-handed in the original poem and stuff. Like,
are.
And that kind of bothered, like, because they kept talking about him and being obsessed with him.
You'd have to introduce another 12 characters,
which is
that are
you
very
gotta
established.
Make it a fucking 3-part series, but
right?
That's fine.
This could have been or 8 episodes in a season.
And y'all know me. I love me some supernatural and shit like that. So,
but there's not so much supernatural as much as there just is the influence of the gods.
Yeah,
it's not like there's not dragons and
it's just the influence of the gods. But like, I wanted to physically see one of them show up and stuff like at some point, because they're so much more influential in the original poem and stuff.
Right. In the original, they're very much dictating the tides of war. So like we said, Agamemnon sacrifices his daughter so that he can sail across the sea to Troy.
And I get why they probably cut that out, because that's a lot.
Too many characters.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
We're just like, I'm going to kill my daughter now. It's like, okay, that's a lot. Like for a PG-13 movie in 2004, that's a lot. Probably. So
right. And nobody could afford 8 episodes of Brad Pitt.
No, not at that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Odyssey's looking good. Odyssey's looking good.
He's looking good.
Like
he's looking real good.
I'm gonna go see this one, which reminds me, get tickets, let me know.
Oh yeah. We need to go see the fucking Odyssey, dude.
Because we live in Chattanooga, and it's one of 3 places that has the correct IMAX.
Has the actual IMAX. Yeah, and the last movie we saw in IMAX there was Christopher Nolan's Interstellar 10th anniversary.
I didn't go to that one.
Oh God, I
can't do it.
So sorry that you missed it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Why?
glad I didn't go. Can't do Interstellar, man.
Why?
Whole opening scene, like where it's like, hey, everything on the planet's dry and dead. It's it's way too fucking real. It's like 2050 at this
point.
It
feels too real.
Yeah, like too fucking real. I don't care about the quantum physics. It lost my attention.
Oh, the fact that Matthew McConaughey's character, or his dad, John Bigelow's character, his dad or his father-in-law is us. That's how recent it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes you upset?
No, it doesn't make me so much upset as again the Dust Bowl. Like, man, it was really weird having a Chattanooga heat wave last week. Now imagine that heat wave starts in March.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit where it's like, man, I lose sleep over that. And then I don't need to know about that quantum physics nonsense.
So have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but here's my thing is when they announced that Christopher Nolan was doing the Odyssey, I saw a lot of people say this, and then I also had the thought that I was like, "Oh, it's going to be amazing," because he's already done the Odyssey. Interstellar is basically just sci-fi Odyssey.
Yeah,
he already understands the pacing. Overarching pacing and theme of a man going on a journey away from his family,
going on a wait for it Odyssey
to do the right thing.
Yeah,
and then come back in his journey to come back home. He's already done the Odyssey, so I'm like, oh, he's gonna do the Odyssey for real. Yeah, he's already done that shit. It's gonna be amazing. you know, I'm all on it. I did also see something. So John Barenthal's in this movie.
What's he in?
The Punisher. The modern day Punisher and stuff. I think
you cops clearly haven't read the comic books.
Oh God, yeah, that's again a whole different podcast.
I know who you're talking about.
Every day, it's so funny. I have a lot of people who come into my work, and I'm like, you don't know anything. like that shirt you're wearing, you have no idea.
That thin blue line and the Punisher. You got Stormtroopers and Rogue Squadron on. The same t-shirt, buddy.
It's crazy. It's so funny. But he oh God, I can't remember what it was. Well, in every single movie or show that he's in, he always says a certain line that's I think it's you know what I'm talking about. He always says that in every single, and I think it was probably fake, but it was it's like John Barenthal confirms that he will definitely say, you know what I'm talking about in the Odyssey and stuff. And I was like, good.
Same way Samuel L. Jackson says motherfucker and everything.
Yeah, exactly. He was one of those
guys. He can't say it in Star Wars, so it's on his lightsaber.
Exactly. exactly. And I was like, I don't know if that's real, but that's really fucking funny. Because I
hope it's in the there's a language that they wrote for Star Wars, they have an alphabet.
Oh yeah. Erebus.
There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in that on the side of, or inscribed on the side of the blade.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I would love to see John Barenthal if he says instead of saying, you know what I'm talking about, he says do you understand what I'm saying? If he says that, I'll be like, that's it. But yeah, just to wrap it up, I concede. This movie is definitely worth watching, especially right now before the Odyssey.
Absolutely.
It's very good. It'll give you all the backstory, more or less, in a way that's not having to read the Iliad.
Yeah.
If you don't want to read or listen to it or whatever.
You're not going to watch this every Christmas or every time you get together with whoever. Right. Watch this whenever you're like, man, I really don't want to read the Iliad because it's long.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had thought about because right behind you, that blue book, I have the Iliad and the Odyssey in a fancy edition and stuff. And I was thinking about when you first brought it up, hey, we should do Troy and stuff because the Odyssey's coming out. I was like, oh yeah, shit, I should reread that. I picked it up and flipped through it and was like, I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read this.
There's a junior version of it called Black Ships Before Troy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what I did in 7th grade.
Nice.
In 7th grade, it was in a history class. But,
yeah.
But I mean, probably a much quicker read.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Than the Iliad. And
you want to read it.
Part of, if you're someone who's trying to read the Iliad, it's the language is hard.
Yeah.
Because it's poetic Greek translations.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can do Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft with their fancy.
But it takes more effort than just reading something modern.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, but when it comes to ancient Greek poems and stuff, the language translations are pretty tough for me personally. But hey, it is what it is. Well, yeah, so that's the end of the episode. Chris has won. This movie is definitely worth watching. Even if you don't care about watching the Odyssey, this movie is still worth watching. Do you need to watch it before you go see the Odyssey? No. I'm not getting paid to talk about the Odyssey, by the way.
And that is why they will never remember your name.
Whatever, dude. If Christopher Nolan wants to give me money for promoting this movie I haven't even fucking seen yet, please do. Please. I don't know a single person who hasn't been excited to see this movie, so I was excited to do this precursor, prequel, so to speak. Yeah,
you'll spice up before the deliver.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, follow on social media, Bad Movie Debate Pod. Check out the links in the description for some discounts on some stuff. Share with your friends. Even if you hate it and want to make fun of me, share it anyway. That helps. I don't care.
Roast us about what we got wrong about Greek mythology.
Yeah, I would love
in the comments below.
I would love for a classics major or someone who works in the classics to tell us everything wrong with this movie or something like that. That would be awesome. That would be really, really cool. So go ham. I don't give a shit. Point is, this movie's all right. I'm not gonna say it's good. It's all right. It's worth watching. Go see the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan, you're welcome. I'm pushing this movie that he does not need my help pushing. And most importantly, thank you, Chris, for not only being here but suggesting this, because this was a really good idea. Because I'm sat for the Odyssey when it comes out for sure.
And
we need to offline after this talk about
we're going
the tickets. We're gonna get what day we want to go and what time and everything, because I'm trying to go to I'm an AMC A-lister, but I will pay fucking full price to go to the aquarium because I want to see it
you have to. We have to see this on the IMAX.
I have to see it like that.
We have to
absolutely have to see it like that. All right, y'all. Well, until next time, got another episode coming out pretty soon. After this one, a brand new guest talking about a whole brand new, different, completely unrelated kind of a thing that'll be super fun, and I'm excited. I'm excited to do that one too. Goodbye for now.